welcome to Healthy Cooking with Shayda. I'm your host, and this is where I teach you how to make healthy plant-based meals that are salt, oil, and sugar-free. Today, we are making a delicious carrot ginger pumpkin soup. And this soup was requested by my dear friend, and we all know him as Neighbor Ed, because one day I asked him, I said, hey, what kind of soups do you want me to start making? And this was his recommendation, and I thought it was a great choice. And so here we are with this delicious soup, and it's absolutely cold outside. It's been raining all weekend, so this soup's really going to hit the spot. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please consider doing so, and make sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit the bell, so that way you will be notified whenever we have a new video that comes up. So stay tuned, we'll be right back, and we're going to get started. So this soup is really easy to make, especially if you have an Instant Pot, because literally we're going to take everything that's here, all the ingredients, and we're just going to put it in the pot, close the lid, start it, and then once it's done, then I'm going to take my immersion blender and I'm going to just do it right in here and blend it, and then we're going to have a delicious hot soup in no time at all. But if you don't have an Instant Pot, you certainly can make this on the stovetop. It's just as easy. It's not hard at all. So what do we need for this soup? Well, we are going to start with 3 cups of carrots. We are going to have 2 pounds of sweet potatoes that I've roughly chopped. Again, you don't need to chop everything super fine because we are going to blend this directly in the pot. We've got about 2 cups of celery, 1 white onion, and let's not forget our fresh grated ginger. We are going to be adding organic pumpkin. Now you want to make sure that you're buying pumpkin and you're not buying pumpkin pie filling, because 2 separate things. We're not making pumpkin pie, we are making pumpkin soup. So we are going to take that and put it directly in here. I buy this from Trader Joe's, but Sprouts, everybody has it depending on your area. Now, if you didn't want to put pumpkin in here, or for whatever reason you're allergic to pumpkin or you don't like pumpkin, guess what? You could put butternut squash. That will taste just as delicious. But since Neighbor Ed wanted pumpkin, we are doing pumpkin. And if you guys have any requests for me, just, message me. That's not a problem. I do listen and I do read all your comments and everything, so I'd be happy to do it. Now, we've got, you know how you can buy already garlic that's already peeled and comes in those little packs? I generally say, because some people love garlic and some people don't, so if you want to put about 5 or 7 cloves of garlic in here, you can. Or you could do what I do. I don't like taking 1 or 2 garlics out of that pack and saving the rest. So guess what? I put the whole thing in here. And it's absolutely delicious. We are going to put black pepper. We have got a ½ a teaspoon of turmeric, because whenever you're using turmeric, you should add the black pepper to it. We are also using a tablespoon, actually it's 2 tablespoons of Benson's Table Tasty salt substitute, but if you have your own preference on a different salt substitute, then by all means use that. If not, I'll put a link for this in the show notes. We have got about 1/4 teaspoon of curry powder. We've got coriander, a ½ a teaspoon of coriander, ground coriander, and we've got 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. So that's all of our spices. Now we are going to add our vegetable broth to this. Now I'm lazy and I don't make my own vegetable broth. It's super easy to make, I know, but I don't have time. So you can buy, make sure you can, when you buy your vegetable broth, that it is oil free. I buy Pacific. It's low sodium. Yes, it does have some sodium in here, and I'm actually okay with that. But if you don't want to use Pacific or any other brand of low sodium oil free, then you can certainly use water. I've made this with water and it tastes just as good. So either way, whatever your preference is. We're putting in about 6 cups of broth in here, and each of these containers has about 4 cups. So I'm adding another 2 cups to this. And that is it. So we are going to close the lid. Make sure that the vent is sealed. Turn on manual. The timer should be set for 10 minutes, and that's it. So what happens with the pressure cooker, it's going to come up to pressure, then it's going to cook for 10 minutes, and then once it's done, then it's going to come down. We're going to let the pressure come down for at least 10 or 15 minutes before I completely release it. Once it's time and to release it, then I'm going to go in and use my immersion blender and blend the soup up. So we'll be back, and I'm going to show you the process of how that's done. All right, so this came to pressure, and the pressure came down. It is now at 29, so right around 20 minutes I released the rest of the pressure. So we're going to open it. Be very careful when you open this because it's really hot, as you can see by all the steam. So let's put this over here. Now I have my immersion blender. I'm going to put a link in the show notes for this. If you can get one of these, this is by Vitamix. Oh my God, it is the best. And I've gone through so many different immersion blenders, but this is by far the best one that I've had, and it whips it up in no time at all. So excuse the noise for a minute while I go ahead and puree. Oh, and if you don't have an immersion blender, then you can blend this up in your high-speed blender, and that'll do it too. Okay, well that took about a whole 3 minutes to do, but it's nice and smooth now. So give it a good stir. Ah, this smells so good. I wish you guys were here to smell this. So I like to top my soup with either arugula, cilantro, parsley, but some kind of green. So right now I've got arugula. Arugula has become one of my favorites. Never used to be that way. I never used to like arugula. I always thought it was a little bit too peppery for me. But now I absolutely love it. So I'm going to chop up some arugula. And I'm going to put it on top of the soup. And that's how we're going to enjoy it. And plus, it makes it look all nice and pretty. So, but I want to taste this. You could taste the curry, you could taste the ginger, you could taste all the spices. It is really, really good. And you know what? It's going to hit the spot on those cold winter nights like we've been having here lately. But I want to thank you for watching another episode of Healthy Cooking with Shayda. Just remember, guys, it's one bite at a time, one meal at a time, and I really hope you give this recipe a try. See you soon with our next video.